What is up, everybody? We are back after a several month hiatus to making YouTube videos and continuing our 30 Days of Feeling series. I believe this is day number. I'm gonna check. I want to be pretty sure, but I believe it's day number 18. And I appreciate all of you for bearing with me these last few months. I hosted a retreat in Costa Rica in December. I hosted an event here in South Florida in January. It's been busy. It's been good. There's been a lot of nice space for me just to relax, and I feel excited to get back to making these videos. And today's video is actually inspired by somebody who is in the Leaders to Legends men's group, who is one second, I'm about to find out. Yeah, day 18. Who's been to several Leaders to Legends men's retreats, and he asked if I would make a video on how do I feel about those who've passed? Those who have passed. So for me, this video is going to be about reflecting kind of on, cool, picture of my dad on the wall right there, on how I feel about my dad being passed away. It's been 10 years now. It'll be 10 years in October. So just bear with me for this one. I have no idea where it's going to take me, but I just think it's so healthy to feel into these emotions when they come up. And I think that with a little bit of writing, and I recommend to all of you that when you listen to these videos, when you ask the question, how do I feel about? You first start with some writing. Find a journal, find a quiet place, bring your pencil, pen, whatever. Just write out, how do I feel about this thing? How do I feel about my dad being passed away for 10 years? And that's what I'm going to ask myself today. Graham, how do you feel about dad being gone for 10 years? I feel really good, honestly. I feel like I'm in the best place I've ever been in my life. I feel extremely thankful for the lasting lessons that my dad taught me. I feel extremely blessed to have been his son. I feel vulnerable. Not having a dad is challenging. I don't have someone that I can just ask very pointed questions to, who I know can give me very no BS answers. And I won't lie, it would have been really nice to have him these last 10 years. I'm sure he would have helped me in many, many crossroads that I had to figure out myself, of course, with the help of so many other support systems in my life, my mom, my friends, my family, mentors, whoever. But having that person that I know that I can just go to and give it to me straight, man, that's something that I really miss. And I can feel that in my stomach a little bit. It just feels damn. But I feel really good. I feel really inspired. My dad was such a larger than life figure, so funny, so social, so connecting, so easy to be around. You can talk to anybody, make a joke anywhere, learn about anything. He's just a good person. So I feel like I miss him very, very much. There are many times, a lot of times when I'm like traveling, or I have like a very reflective space where I'm outside of my normal flow, and I'll have a moment there where I'll just reflect on him and think about what it would be like to still have him in my life in that regard, like so close, and be able to call him or text him or see what kind of adventures we would get involved in. And that feels like a shadow of the past, something that at one time may have been a thing but no longer is. Not to say that he's not watching over me and experiencing things with me, but I just don't have that direct physical contact that I definitely wanted and feel like I would have cherished for sure. So it feels a lot of things. I mean, it feels amazing, it feels inspiring. I feel gratitude. I feel some sadness. Yeah, I feel like I miss him a lot. 10 years. I feel like his death marks the beginning in a lot of ways of my journey. There was some, if we think about it, like it was like everything before that was like a prequel to me and who I am and who I've become. I think there were a lot of things I was working towards and getting in the groove of before he passed away. Like for the 3 years leading up to that, 4 years leading up to that, I was like already trying business things, being an entrepreneur. I was like putting myself out there in so many unique, like behind the scenes ways But I think his death really marked my stepping forward into like the spotlight of my own life, and I no longer could hide from who I was. So, for me, it's always been, as much as I'm upset or sad that my dad passed away, I also feel like he birthed me. Like his death was my birth in so many other ways, where I feel really connected to him in that regard. Just that deep love that I know he had for me that I didn't really understand while he was alive. I could feel towards the end of his life was just that unconditionalness that I always, always, always wanted, for myself and from others, but just never really felt like I could grasp. I could feel it from him in his last days. It was beautiful. So, so, so powerful. I can still feel it. It was great. Just felt like everything I'd ever wanted. So I feel not having a dad anymore, not having a loved one that's like close by and can support me and help me and protect me and all the things. I just feel like that it's challenging and unique. And what I think the biggest thing for me is when I see other people like with their dads. Like I play basketball a lot at the park. When I see some of the kids playing with their dads, I'm just like, man, that is so freaking cool. When I see my friends talk to their dad, they're like chatting it up, I'm like, damn, fuck, my dad's not calling me anymore. I'm not gonna get a call from him again. And I think that just feels very real. I feel like I'm a student of history and a student of life, and I'm not the first person to have a dad. I'm one of infinite. So I think that there's a lot of humility involved with that, and a lot of taking the powerful moments and pieces from those experiences and just letting them be a part of me, letting him be a part of me, letting myself really take from him and build upon him. I think that's the biggest thing. Just evolving from who my dad was and what he stood for. And I feel like it's funny. I never would have imagined that this would be my career as a coach or whatever I am. I don't even really know, to be honest with you. A guide, a life person, a human, whatever. But right now in this moment, someone who's just trying to connect and share my experiences, who I am, and how I work through things. And my dad was a great coach. He was a swim coach for LaSalle College High School outside of just inside Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and he coached so many men to their best, and he shaped them and molded them, and that's what I do. I shape and mold men, and I also worked with many women before too, but mostly men these days. And so to walk in his footsteps and build upon them, maybe with simply just the scalability of the internet as their main difference. I'm a little different than him in some capacities, I imagine, as well, but it's really neat. So I just feel really thankful, and I feel proud that I've been able to take who he was and build upon that feeling that he brought people, the connection, the love, the energy that he brought, and share that. That just feels really heartwarming. It feels really real, and it feels really good. And I feel like I'm fulfilled, and I'm honoring him as a son. That's what it feels like. I finally feel like I'm honoring my dad as a son. Wow, that's beautiful. That's really my breakthrough right there. Wow, it's light. Feels it right here. So light. I feel like when he was alive, I was such a dishonorable son. I was a drug addict. I was a drug dealer. I was going behind people's backs. I was being manipulative. I was seeking everything outside of myself. I was competing for attention. I was negative towards myself, my self-talk. I put myself into really vulnerable situations where other people could get hurt as well as myself. I took advantage of things, and I feel like I don't do any of that anymore. I feel like I'm the opposite. I feel like I'm very straight edge. I walk the path of life that's before me. I follow my intuition. I lead with freedom and courage. I put myself out there regardless of the potential feedback I could get, or anyone on the planet could watch this video and have judgments on me. I'm not too interested in their judgments, though. Your judgments, to be honest with you, because with my own awareness of who I am, plus me feeling like I'm honoring my father by following his path to a degree, that just feels super heartwarming, and it feels super connecting, and it feels protected, and it feels sacred, and it feels divine, it feels strong, it feels powerful, it feels present, it feels real, it feels enlightening, it feels, the word is honorable, it feels honorable. I feel like I'm an honorable man, and I take that really seriously. Why? Because being an honorable man feels good. It feels good doing the right things. It feels good being me. It feels good following in the footsteps of someone who I believe is a good person, adding my own spin, and then looking behind me to see who is being led by me. That feels honorable. It feels righteous. It feels righteous. That's funny. It feels personally righteous. I'm not really interested in like the social righteousness because there's so much nuance in every single issue that we all collectively suffer from. I just don't really feel like it's so simple as just like, okay, this is the way we do X, this is the way we do Y. But for me personally, I feel like really that's my main takeaway today as I reflect on those who have come and those who have gone, those who have passed. It's just being in that space of just feeling like I'm honoring my father by walking an honorable path, by walking a righteous path for me, the right path for me, the intuitive path for me, the divine path for me, the path that God's calling me to simply meaning the path that I'm naturally drawn to. That's it. Naturally drawn to. Which is one where I get to be in the presence of miracles and transformation and empowerment for humans. And in this season, men, and this season, leaders and legends. And so that's how I feel about those who have passed and my dad. I feel like he's still a guide for me. I still commune with him when I can and when I feel him. I still have my moments of emotional longing to see him and to be with him. I still dream about him. He still visits me in dreams. And I am grateful for them. I think that I feel that these links to our past and these links to my past and these links to those who have come before are just celebrations of life. I have made peace with my father passing at a young age and missing out on a lot of amazing things, and me missing out on amazing things with him. There's nothing I can do about it. And all I can do is accept it and take it for what it was, which is fantastic. Even though I just had 21 years with him, and most of the portion of those I don't remember really fully, and a lot of those I didn't feel connected to him at all. I don't care. They were still great, and I'm still thankful, and I still learned, and I still took, and I'm still building and growing and expanding. And as I look at my life and what my life has become from that situation, I can only see positive things. So I feel I feel thankful and honored and grateful to be his son, and I feel joy when I get to think about him, when I feel emotional towards him, when I miss him. It's just a beautiful relationship, and I'm focused and present in my life, and I know that's what he'd want me to be. So in those moments where I miss him and long to see him, I just remember the amazing times we've had and his presence in my life still, as his values, his energy, his DNA are in me as well. So we're connected always. And that makes me feel really grounded and loved. And it makes me feel like I have my ancestors on my side. I think that's something that people talk about all the time, but I just saw it just now. Just that like very real connection that's here. And I'm taking that forward with me, and I feel like that's where I draw a lot of my strength from. So I just want to thank you, Dad, for watching over me and being in a place that I can't see you supporting me, but I know you are. And I just wanted to let you know that I am following my path and following my intuition, and I feel like I'm doing the most impactful work that can be done. And I'm humbled every moment, every conversation, every breakthrough, every miracle, every single second where I see transformation and empowerment happening. I just feel immense gratitude, and I'm just so excited to continue to learn in my life and to have you by my side supporting me. So that's how I feel about my father who passed. I feel amazing about it. I feel like it could be something that stops me, and I feel like many people it does. But I always felt like my dad would want me to live, not grieve forever. And I will not grieve for someone who lived his life the way he wanted to. Instead, I will take that grief and I will transform it into courage to continue to move forward and let go of the past and bring the beautiful moments with me and bring his DNA, his stories, his memory, his image, his charisma forward through my expression. And that to me is the perfect transmutation of something raw and sad into something strong and powerful. And that's how I feel I am. Strong and powerful. So I love you so much, Dad. I miss you so much. I can't wait to see you again. Hear your voice. I'm eternally grateful for you. You know your worth to me. Yeah, that's it. And I get to see him all the time. He's on my wall. It's nice. And I have my grandfather's up there too now too. I feel very empowered looking at, that's 3 generations of Lickners in front of me. That feels inspiring. They've done great. They did a great job. I'm here because of them. So it's just very humbling. And in my life, it's beautiful. So you can see what I'm looking at. My grandfather's, my dad, and then my life. It's good. Yeah, it's nice. It makes me emotional. It's great that I can feel that way. Out of the blue. That's beautiful. I take a lot. I've built a life so that I can feel. I want to. That's what I care about more than anything. I have space to feel, so it just feels so good. I just want to thank the person who inspired this video. This has been a beautiful experience for me today, just to reconnect. I know and I feel and I understand that he's always with me, and that feels good, but it also feels good just to sit with him for a moment and myself. That feels great. So for those of you who have lost a loved one and want to reconnect with them, just start with that question. How do I feel about my dad, my mom, my brother, my sister, my son, my daughter, my grandfather, grandmother, my aunt, my uncle, my niece, my nephew, my cousins, whoever it is that's passed that you was close to, that you loved? How do I feel about that person? How do I feel about them being gone? How do I feel about the time they've been gone for? And just ask those questions and just let the answers come, let the energy come, let the communication come. Talk to them. Let go of the need to hold everything in and just start letting things out. I promise you, you will feel better. I feel better. Just change my state completely. Grounding. That's what I feel. I feel grounded. So that's my video today. That's how I felt about my dad, who's been passed away almost 10 years now. Hard to believe, but man, if I lived in 10 years, boy oh boy, my life's been good. So that's cool too. Cheers to more videos like this. This is freaking awesome. I haven't been doing this lately. I've been doing so many other things, but it's so nice to come back and make these videos. I can't tell you how good they feel for me to make. That's the best part. I'm so interested in making things that I like, that feel good to me. It's so easy to make stuff and just try and think about what you guys need, but this is what I need. This is what I want. So thanks for listening, whoever is listening. And my hope is that you can find that power and strength and that rootedness and connection that I feel towards my dad and my grandparents and always the people. I hope that you can find that within yourself as well, and just bring their brilliance and genius and creativity and energy and life force to you and through you out into the world, because that's what I want. I want to feel that from you. I want to feel your ancestors' presence when I'm talking to you, when I'm speaking to you, and I'm communicating with you. It's beautiful. So anyway, as always, I recommend journal, pencil, quiet place to start reflecting, and then later you can have a more vocal reflection. I know for me it really matters. It makes a big difference. And with all that said, time for a great day. Presence, peace, and power, my friends. You already know legends find a way. Cheers to more of these videos. Still have many more to come. Just the beginning for content, so to speak. I wish you an absolutely incredible day. Much love always. Peace, peace.